Welcome to Easy English by Editing. And today we are going to, explore one of the lessons, Mijbil the Otter of Literature by Gavin Maxwell. Now, this is class 10 literature. Yeah, the very first book. What is the name of the first book?
First flight.
Yes, first flight. Well, you may ask me one question, sir. What is this story about?
So what is the story
Well,
about?
before we go to the story, let me talk about one very important aspect of lifetime commitment. Generally,
Right,
keeping a pet, listen, keeping a pet is a lifetime commitment. Understand? It takes several years to make a pet friendly and homely, but people takes this challenge and they keep dog or cat as pet. Which this is dog and cat are very friendly, but taking in any unusual pet or a strange pet in home also is challenging. In this story, we'll find that the narrator has taken up the challenge of taking an otter as a pet, which is not an easy task. And the whole, commitment, he realizes that his decision is a tough one, and he struggles hard to, accommodate his pet otter and make him friendly. Let's go to the, beginning of the story. Yeah, children, ask question, sir. Who is the narrator of
So
the
who is
story?
the narrator of the
Well,
story?
Gavin Maxwell.
Gavin.
In short, we can say Maxwell is the narrator, who is fond of keeping a pet. After the death of his dog, he decided to keep a pet. His friend advised him to take an otter as a pet, and he himself wanted to shift to a new pet. And therefore, according to the advice given by his friend, he decided to keep a new pet, an otter. And for that reason, Maxwell traveled to southern Iraq in the year 1956. He decided there to keep an otter as a pet. And as his native place was surrounded by water, he found it quite convenient for him to keep an otter as a pet. As his surrounding was full of water, he thought that keeping a pet as an otter would be quite convenient. Therefore, Maxwell decided to keep an otter as a pet. Now, Maxwell mentioned about his desire to keep an otter as a pet. His friend advised him to collect an otter from Tigris marshes. Ask why, sir?
So why, sir?
Because Tigris marshes are a familiar place where a large variety of otters can be found. So while they were traveling to Basra to collect their mail, the friend of the narrator and the narrator were traveling to Basra to collect and correspond to their mail to the European counterpart. They were going to Basra. In the course of their journey, they had to collect their mail at Basra. They stayed there for 5 days. The narrator's friend's mail arrived, but the narrator's mail didn't arrive. For 5 long days, they waited for the mail. On the fifth day, when the mail arrived, the narrator went into his room to read out the mail. He found that there were two Arabs sitting there, and they were having an otter with them. And they told that this otter is meant for the narrator. That means they have brought this otter on the request of the narrator. So the narrator now brought the otter back home. Now the otter, as his strange pet, was not an easy way to handle. On the very first day, for 24 hours, it was neither friendly to the narrator nor unfriendly. He just remained sleeping on the floor the whole day and the whole night. The second day, the narrator found the whole body of the otter full of dust, and it was full of mud. It took nearly 1 month for the narrator to clean his whole body out of the dust. And then, after cleaning his whole body, he realized that now he can be domesticated. The domestication of the otter was also a challenge. Maxwell named the otter as Mijbil. What was the name given to the otter? Mijbil. And in short, he called it Miz. And for the first, 24 hours, the otter was neither friendly nor unfriendly to Maxwell. He remained sleeping on the floor of his house and on the floor of his bedroom. The second night, he found that the otter came on his bed and he just slept in the crooks between his knee. Understand? So he started becoming friendly very soon. The otter liked playing in the water, particularly in the bathtub, in the bathtub. Now Mijbil, the otter, escaped from the bedroom and went into the bathroom. He just went into the bathtub and played with water. The second day, he was found in the bathroom playing with water. He played with a rubber ball just like a soccer ball. He played with a rubber ball just like a soccer ball. His favorite toys were the marbles. What were his favorite toys?
Marbles.
Very good. Now, Maxwell was back home. Days passed peacefully at Basra. Maxwell had a fear of transporting Mijbil to England and then to his own place. The British airline would not fly animals, so he had to book a flight to Paris and then from Paris to England, Paris to London. The airlines told him to pack Mijbil into a box. So the narrator Maxwell prepared a box and kept the otter inside the box. But after he came back from taking food, he saw that the box was quite silent. When he opened the box, he saw that there was blood all around. Actually, Mijbil had tried to open the box, but he got himself injured and blood was coming. The otter in the box, these were the two problems. He didn't want to live into the box, but there was no other option other than carrying him into the box. Anyway, he was taken into the aircraft, into the box itself, and Maxwell told the air hostess that this pet had to be carried, and anyway she allowed him to carry it in a box. But while sitting in the aircraft, after some time he found that otter had come out of the box and he was crawling here and there, creating chaos all over the aircraft. Some of the passengers shouted and screamed with fear, and they said rat, rat, because the face of the otter was very much like a rat. But anyway, the hostess made them peaceful, and finally, after few moments, they found that he was sitting on the knee of the narrator and was quite comfortable. After they reached London, finally nobody could recognize the otter. He had changed himself and he looked very much like a very beautiful pet, and now he had become almost familiar to living with Maxwell. He often climbed on the knees of the narrator and enjoyed sitting for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maxwell remained in London for almost a month. Then he kept playing with the ping pong balls and marbles, rubber balls and others. These were his favorite games. Mijbil played outside the house also. So that way we can say that this story and gives us an idea that sometimes our commitment to keep a pet becomes a trouble for us. We should always take care what kind of pet should be carried home, and with the approval of all our family members. This story suggests that it is not easy to accommodate a strange pet in our house. We should be very careful about keeping a pet. Particularly, we should prefer to have familiar pets like puppies and dogs and cats, and not otter and any other animal which is not familiar to our house. It is not easy to domesticate such animals, and even if they become friendly, they are tough. They are very tough. So that comes to the conclusion of the story. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.